One of the stupid
Okay,
ones.
we're
I
on.
bought one for my kid. I'm okay to tell it.
Tell it on yourself.
Yeah.
Want to redo the motion? Or just restate it?
Do you want me
I'll
to?
make motion to accept the consultant agreement with Candy Wright on grant writing and project consulting.
With an effective period of 12 months
Okay,
when it's effective, the start date, from the start date.
from the start date.
Okay.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion will carry. You have before you the policy and procedure manual for the town of Wheatland. With noted changes that were talked about. Would entertain a motion to accept and approve the policy and procedure manual for the town of Wheatland.
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion will carry. And the last item is the platform ladder truck. We say 335,000.
Candy, did you guys have a chance to look at some financing numbers?
We did, so Tabitha did this today. So, First State Bank had the lower rates. But, if we did so this was on 300,000, well, or 350, we did do 335, because I didn't know that amount. But on 300,000 for 5 years, the annual payment would be $69,180 from Platte Valley, $69,005.37 from First State Bank. But the interest for 5 years from Platte Valley is 4.94. First State is 4.85.
Is there an early payoff? Can you pay it off early?
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't do that.
I think we can get it where we pay off early, but if we, so we did 5 annual payments at $69,000 from First State Bank. We're gonna pay $45,000 in interest, over the 5 years. So there's a lot of interest involved in it. We did 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. And the interest on 5 years is right about 45,000. 52,000, 71,000, it just goes.
So we're looking at using, what do we have set aside in the truck fund?
Right about 62,000.
62,000. Did you get any numbers for like 250?
No.
Not a big.
Interest rates be about the same. I mean, they're not gonna move the interest rate much on you.
Then we also have to trade in on the other one, right?
Yeah,
This is-
5 to 10.
So was the 335 before the trade-in?
No.
No,
it's
trade-
Factored in.
Basically, that
Oh, there
includes,
was-
That's the
Okay.
trade-in. The only thing that would be out there is unit 4 selling, and then I guess whatever you sell that, you could put it right into that same apparatus account.
Yeah.
You wanna look at this
here? I had a question for him.
Who, Bob?
Yeah.
You want to call him? I can call
What's the
him.
question?
Question is, I'd like to see if they would use some of their Roth funds, if they'd be willing to put in, because that, all those funds were given for the betterment of the department. I don't know if they've ever used them, and, you know, if they would kind of have an idea, but I'm not sure exactly the amount, but, you know, if they did 35 and we did 50, and then you're financing 250 or something like that, what they do in lieu of, talk to Bob, in lieu of the 16th Street situation, would they be open to using some of their Willard Roth funds to help?
Do they have any left?
I think so. I guess it'd be a good question to ask them. I'm assuming they did, but if you think it's that tight, otherwise I'm.
Do you have your spaceship phone? I could call him and put him on speaker. Well, it
You
kind
can
of
just
looks.
put it on your cell phone speaker. It'll listen. It's big enough.
I got him.
We all probably got him.
You guys hoard cell phone numbers. I don't. I don't want people to have mine.
Well, you convict them all, and they're not gonna call you for Rollins.
You want to make a bet?
You know?
Hey, Bob, you're live at the meeting right now on speakerphone. Ellen had a question for you.
Yes. I'm still here.
Oh, I'm here. Hey, Bob, a question for you. In lieu of you were here for the prior part of the meeting, the situation with 16th Street. Do you, is the department, would you be in a position, is there any funds left, I think, of that, the Willard Roth amount of money that was given to the department to maybe step into the pool with us a little bit as a cash, some cash down to ease the financing?
I can sure bring it up here in a little bit. I can't bring it up until the regular meeting.
Okay.
Because, you know, I can't discretionary just say yes.
Sure.
So,
Are you able to say what kind of balance you have of those funds?
well, currently I think it's, we have it in a CD. You know, we changed it around a little bit. We got it a better interest drawing CD. And I think it's like $69,000.
So what Candy was trying to figure out, we're trying to look at two different amounts, possibly finance, whether 300 or 250. The town's got around 60,000 set aside for apparatus. Granted, if we sell unit 4, which we're not talking much at all, those funds
Right.
would go right back into that line item. I was just throwing out there, you know, part of that fund, I don't know, pick it.
How much would you think?
I threw out, I mean, I don't know if the trust would do 35, the town did 50, and then we financed 250 for 5 years. I mean, that's probably still going to be annual payments, $60,000, $70,000, and we're probably still looking at interest of a total of about $45,000. But we're just, like I said,
I'll just bring it up at the meeting, and I'll shoot you a text. Would that work?
no, that'd be awesome. Or the mayor, just why don't you go to the Brandon?
I'm sorry. What's that?
Just text Brandon.
Okay, that's what I'll do. Yeah, I can. Our meeting starts at 6:30, and you know we have roll call and pledge and things, but it'll be shortly after that.
Okay.
Yep.
No, I appreciate that. Just trying, as like I said, as you,
I understand.
the bombshell first part of the agenda. So now we're just trying to make this work. We've been trying for so long, and had curveballs before, so once again, another curveball, so I just wanted to see what your thoughts were.
Sure, yep. I'll bring it up in front of the membership.
Perfect.
Thank you, Bob.
All righty?
Thank you,
Yep,
Bob.
All right.
Thanks, Bob.
Yep, we'll talk to you guys later.
You bet.
Bye.
Bye.
You're not gonna sit here and wait till 6:30, are you?
No, I don't, I mean, we'll just,
You can approve it subject to the fire
Yeah.
department.
that's what I was gonna say, they entertain a motion subject to the, agreement of the fire department putting in 35,000.
And I don't know,
And to finance
is that too
250.
much, or,
I don't,
No,
I don't
not
think
at
so at all.
No.
okay.
I don't think so at all. I mean, it's half of what they have left of the Willard Ruff funds.
They're
so I
getting
mean,
more than what they originally started with.
And Willard, if you go read that,
Willard lived in town. Let's,
and he gave the money that he wanted something for the fire, to the fire
I think it
department.
started out at 100, didn't it? For some reason, I thought Willard.
I think so, or,
You can go pull the file, it's by archive now as long as it is, but I remember back in the day, but yeah, it was a pretty good chunk. And I think that's probably what he meant for.
Yeah.
The red truck, and they could name it
Well, if you're
Unit
gonna,
1 Roth.
you're
Oh,
gonna-
yeah, yeah. Willard one.
You could name it Willard 1.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, so here's your motion to approve the platform ladder truck, 2005 for $335,000, pending the fire department's decision to help us fund it with $35,000 from the Willard Roth Fund. Sound right?
Does to me.
yep, sounds good.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded.
I'm sorry.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Did we have, by granting the motion, that gives him authorization to sign the contract?
Right, they come up with the 35,000.
So who seconded that?
Tony.
I don't know what you do if they tell you no. You're gonna find out how important it is to them.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they tell us no, then I guess there's no action on the item
Well, yeah.
as such, and then we'll have to circle back and talk about it again.
Figure something else out.
You have too many people with too many hands out with too few dollars.
All right, so with no further business before the board, we'll adjourn the meeting.